Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. This is your Mama G. And for those of you who have not been here, welcome. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you how I manage my finances. Basically growing up, I didn't have a role model. I was never taught this, or maybe I forgot. However, it was not in my vocabulary or system growing up, earning my own money. And I have a lot of failures in the past, including a lot of debt. But I was able to recover that. And 2 years ago, I have really, how do you call it, deliberately put it in Excel file and really manage it. Of course, as it was a dynamic process. It was an ongoing process wherein it's not perfect right away. I would not say it's perfect now, but it's a work in progress. And my goal was really to make it better all the time, like make it better as I went along, because of course you will be suffering if you are not able to manage your finances, especially if it brings you to a lot of debts. Yeah, so let's begin by showing you how I close perfected, or let's say at this moment it's my perfect Excel sheet. It's my perfect way of managing my finances. After doing a lot of research, after watching a lot of YouTube videos, after how do you call it, after failures, trial and errors. And this is, I think, now at this moment, of course I'm still open to perfect it, but for now I think it's good enough for me at the moment. So let's get started. So before we discuss this Excel table, I would like to say that I'm not an expert. I only perfected this, or I made this based on my own experience, my trial and error, the things I've researched, and it was not like this from the very beginning. It was based on my experiences that I was able to come up with this. Okay, this is just a caveat. Not that someone will say, this is not, but this is just for me. I'm just gonna share with you, especially for those working moms out there like me who doesn't have this kind of financial training growing up, and also the time that I was already earning money, I didn't have this. Only now that I'm like 42. But it's good that we work on our progress as we go along our lives, right? So it's better to be better than just be stagnant. So without further ado, without so much blah blah, let me start. So this is, for example, if paycheck end of the month, so if it's, for example, November, end of November, paycheck for November, then it's basically your money for December. So this is what I have, columns here, expenses and the amount, and this is just some notes for me. So basically you have to put all your income, sources of income. So in a month I get, for example, my salary. This is just an example, yeah, it's not my actual salary, but let's just say I get 3,200. This is actual. I really get 219 euros child benefit support from the government. I also get for kids, for those who have kids 0 to 3 years old, I get 250 for me during mid of the month. So I get 250 from the Bavarian government. Then I also have a contribution from my husband for our food expenses, 300 per month. So this actually becomes my income. In total, I have 3,969 income. So there's already a formula. And then below this fixed expenses. So my expenses, I broke it down into two classifications. So I have the fixed expenses, and then I have the variable expenses. So it varies from time to time. So let's go to fixed expenses first. I hope that's clear. So I will have a rent contribution because the rent will be taken directly from my husband, but I do have to contribute 1,000 euros for that. And I'm one of those Filipinos, or for those who still have to support the parents. They're old. Yeah, so I have to send them. This is 450, could be lesser, depends on the how do you call it, the exchange rate, Philippine peso to euro, euro Philippine peso. So I would be happy if the euro is bigger than the peso, then I can spend less. However, at this moment, it's very less. Then I still have a dentist bill of 138. Yeah, I still have to pay that. And I plan to save 400 per month for my own savings. This I send 25 euros per month for my kid. And I still have a student loan. Yeah, I have to pay 100. And for now, this is actually wrong. I have to pay 205 for the kita. And some extra insurance for my dental. It's 35 euro. All my subscription, I lump them into 50 euro. And I have a credit 15 euro only. But yeah, I max it into 20. So most of these are automatic. So this is automatic. I arrange it in my online banking that this will be automatically deducted. So it's less. Just another tip, less hassle for you. This is automatic deduction. This is automatic. They will just get it. This is automatic. Insurance, they would get it automatic. And yeah, this is not, and this is dependent on how much based on the exchange rate. But most of the fixed expenses, because it's mostly the same amount all the time, so it's automatically deducted. I arrange it in my online account. So let's go to the variable expenses. So I put a budget there because I needed to stop myself. I needed to have a budget. So it guides me. It guides you where to stop, or it tells you also, oh, it's like a control for you, right? This is your control data, baseline data somehow. Makes you tell to yourself at the end of the month, did I overspend? Then you can adjust the next month. Because I overspend next month, I'm not allowed to order in Amazon, for example. Yeah. So these are my variable expenses. So I will explain why I divided this into two later on. So let's just go through. So Amazon 50, this is my cap. Whether or not I would, how do you call it? I forgot the word. Whether or not I will spend 50 or less, that depends on the actual. But my budget, my top budget is 50. Yeah, I don't need to spend it if I don't need to, but I have this 50 budget. Okay, so I divided. It's just 500 euro. I realized from my failures in the past few months that I wanted to enjoy. I wanted to be able to have the money to, let's say, go on coffee dates with my friends, lunch dates with my friends, or go out, a little bit of shopping here and there. That life is not so hard. I mean, this is how I feel it. Yeah, I don't like not having money. And I've been there already, not having money, and I don't like it. Yeah. So I really need to manage my money. And then beauty, for example, for all the girls, they want all their nails done. So I put it 60. Clothes 50, this is my budget. Household, like some candles, some tiny decorations. You know, in every store, especially here in Germany, there's this €1 store or very cheap store where you can buy nice decorations. So let's go back. So for household, like small decos here and there from the thrift store you can buy, that you don't go overboard. It's above 30, so that's your only budget. If you wanted something really big, then you have to put it in your budget and maybe divide it through the months. And then for my daughter, yeah, for the groceries, we have a budget of 500. Cleaning, ironing, to hire someone who would do that for me. 100 from my husband, and then the next 100 from me. So first of all, I'd like to explain that for groceries, I put it here in detail so I would know as a control how much I already spent. Yeah, so that's it here. That's for checking. And for example, I ordered something the month before that I need to pay already next month. I would also put it there. And the good thing about this, if you have it all written, you would know that you would know if you can still you can still be able to do some orders. Okay, let me explain. So the spendable, you see here that, okay, this income and this income and this income comes at the beginning of the month. That's why I have this one here, because that would help me control. Is it too small? Just a moment. So these are all, and then I minus it with C11, which is my total. C11, which is the total expenses. So this is that one here. It means that with these expenses here, I can only spend this middle of beginning of the month. If I need to an actual 250, let's see, I spend it. It's still okay, but you know what I mean? How you can control, how you can schedule, yeah, how you can schedule your spending. Some people would even put it in the calendar, when they can spend these expenses. For example, this expense I can only spend it beginning of the month or end of the month, something like that. So you would know that you are not on negative at the very beginning already. So I hope you get it. Let's pause for a while. So let's just review. You have to write down all your source of income, and you have to break down your expenses and classify them into fixed expenses and variable expenses. For your fixed expenses, because you know that it's always the same every month, it's better to automate them so you can arrange it in your online banking. If you don't know, you can always ask someone who knows how to do that, so you are not burdened every end of the month to transfer this and this and this. Yeah, that's the idea. And also it will not give you a false information that you have the money, when in fact that money is actually for bills. So it's important, automate. Important for variable expenses is to guide yourself to have a budget every month. So yeah, it's nice to just, oh, this is a nice thing. There's a nice thing in Amazon, I will order it. But you have to be guided. It depends on you, depends on your needs. That's only your budget. And for someone like me, wherein I would like to have a big amount a significant amount of allowance for myself, that I can freely go on dates with my friends, coffee dates, night out dates. It's important for mommies to also recover massage spots, etc. In a month's time, a little bit of shopping here and there. It's important to also give yourself an allowance that is not so tight but not also so big. Important for that is that you'll be able to save money. Yeah. And of course, for mommies, it's nice to have. For a working mama, for example, I know you mamas out there, it's very important to nourish yourselves. Yeah. So, for example, situation is that at this month it's really tight. So normally I just for this month I cannot go on shopping for clothes. For this month I can go on beauty or cosmetics. So I will just remove that, right? For this month it's a bit tight. I cannot go on shopping for decos. Yeah. So this is how then you can play around based on the budget. When it's negative here on your balance, or it's negative here, it's really tight because, for example, you have unforeseen items that you need to spend on. Something broke down, car broke down, or whatever. There was an emergency for the family, you need to send more money, for example. This is where you can play around. Or for example, if it's on a positive note, I can still order an H&M, for example. Yeah, then you can put it here. Yeah, this is where you play around. I hope you get what I meant. Yeah. So what else? So I think that's it for this Excel sheet. Later on I will show you also how to plan your savings. It's also a good oversight. It somehow for example, I will just give you an example. Okay, maybe not now, but in the next video. Okay, so I hope you are able to learn from my experience. You can ask me questions, and if you like the content of my channel, please do subscribe. Help me build my YouTube community by hitting that subscribe button below. And I thank you and I wish you a very nice afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Have a nice day, keep safe, and see you in the next channel. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Bye bye. So that ends our video for today. So basically you do this exercise the beginning of the month or end of the month, beginning of the month. So the moment, yeah, you plan it already, but somehow you already have a template. Like for me, this is my template more or less. This is how it looks like. Yeah, and later on I would share with you in the next video why you should plan your finances, and also how would you plan your, for example, especially now that we are ending the year and it's beginning to be 2023 very soon. So it's about the right time to also plan your year in terms of your finances, like birthdays, anniversaries, and all the other things that you would spend your money for the whole year. That will be in the next video. So I hope we will see you there. I will see you there in the next video. So that's it for now. I wish you a very nice evening, and soon I wish you a very nice weekend. Enjoy it wherever you are in the world, and bye bye.